Can you give me a synopsis of the current state of K through 12 education? So, any challenges, opportunities, what are you seeing in this space?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you ask anyone that question, and the first challenge that comes to mind is the challenge we all have been living through the past year to two with COVID, with responding to that, with how schools specifically are adapting to that. And it's a moving target. And I would say that the idea of a moving target isn't new in the educational world. We're always being given, we're always told the finish line is right here. Just race to this part right here. And once you get there, your school or your district will have caught up to what everyone else is doing.
Mhm.
And COVID just gave us another new target, another new finish line. But what I think is kind of common is that we're always moving to that moving target. We always know that there's some goal out there that we want to get to. And I think that a lot of my peers in the education industry are always really focused on, okay, what's next? What do we have to go and overcome now? What mountain is the next mountain we have to climb? So I would actually say that as a result of that, the big opportunity in K-12 is you do constantly test whether people are innovators or not, right? You can see if you have those mountain climbers on your team who are always ready to go to the next challenge. You'll see it time and again that they perform and they are ready to jump onto the next thing. So, for us specifically, in K-12, in Orange County, in California, we see across the state of California a big demographic shift, a declining population, or as some in the Census Bureau might say, an aging population. And as a result of that, right, fewer kids that are entering the school system for kindergarten. I think that I'm in a lot of meetings where I hear people say that this reason or that reason for why they think fewer kids are coming to school. But demographics are a huge reason to explain it, because we just have fewer kids being born in our communities. Family sizes are getting smaller, or in many cases, families are moving to places where housing is more affordable. And in California, we have a big housing affordability challenge.
Mhm.
And so I would say, this is the other big challenge and opportunity is we have fewer kids coming to school. And that means we have schools that were built to actually originally house a lot more kids, and now we don't need all of that space for the same thing as we did 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So how do we use our facilities more effectively to transform what we're doing in education? And how do we take, maybe we have spaces where we have 3 empty classrooms at this school or 4 empty classrooms at this school. What can we do in those spaces that repurpose them more efficiently and optimize them for a new generation of kids? So I think that is a huge opportunity. We have in Santa Ana 4.8 million, with an M, 4.8 million square feet of learning environments. Not all of those learning environments were created equally. Some are aging and some need modernization. Some need to be updated for current programs. And so if you think about that, the amount of space that represents, how many Costco's could fit into 4.8 million square feet? You could build a lot of Costco's or whatever, you name your store. So that's I think the big opportunity of every day is working with my colleagues in career technical education, for example, working with colleagues throughout our educational service division, and trying to dream up some of these new spaces that will transform how we deliver education.